why I kept wondering why you were hanging up.
I'm not hanging out.
I
just got
the freezing up, and somehow I'm in here twice, but I'm not anymore.
He had two versions of it up running, yeah.
Hello, everyone. This is Grouch and Jack, your host for the Amazing Scale Modeler Sunday Hangout, which was conveniently not announced. I had to just come on and see who was on. These are the two folks that are here. There's James and Mike. And Google Plus communities. Yes, Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus community of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genres, and skill levels who like to share their tips and tricks with one another, learn more about their craft, and to celebrate one another's scale modeling achievements. And I didn't look yesterday when we did the Across the Pond, we had like 2,100 members. We currently have 2,170 members. I think it ticked up a couple in the past 24 hours. And that's because Amazing Scale Modelers is the fastest growing, or perhaps the only type of it's available online. We don't discriminate in genres. We don't discriminate in your medium. If you want to do paper and wood besides plastic, go right ahead. That's what we're all about. I'd like to share some scale modeling camaraderie right now with, how you doing, Jim?
I'm doing fine there, Jack. Yeah, I've been still painting away with my Ducati.
I cover my house and paint too.
Yeah, I know you got a lot to do still. Alrighty. So I'm working on the front end now.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're holding it horizontally. It was hard to make out there a moment. It's supposed to go like that.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Very cool.
So that's what I'm working with on that.
How's the detail on that 3D print?
Actually, there's quite a bit. I mean, the calipers are fairly highly detailed.
Yeah, you can see all the goodies.
Yeah.
It's as good as any molded model to me. I like your handlebars. That's pretty
the
sweet.
handlebars, yeah.
Yeah. Triple tree and
tree and the clip style handle, the grips, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nifty.
So that's coming there, and I'm working on also the got painted the brake and shifters.
Oh.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. You can definitely tell it's 3D printed. I can. Well,
you see the lines. I'm not doing anything to really hide it.
Printer, so I can see it. My eyes jumps right to it.
Yeah.
But other people might not notice so much.
And the frame shock.
Oh, the monoshock? Does it have monoshock?
It's a monoshock, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's got a split frame, so it's got a monoshock. Yeah.
Yeah. It is pretty detailed.
Yeah.
It is. Wow. Technology today, can you imagine?
So that's what I've been doing the last 24 hours anyway, getting that done.
People might find it hard to believe, but a lot of that technology that he's using and that I use is 10 years old or more.
Yeah.
True, but that probably came to a point just recently to be cost effective for the working stiffs like we are, or at least I am.
It's getting cheaper, and the print quality is getting a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that you can build your own and make it as big as you want it to be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're only limited by money and
bed size.
Materials.
Yeah, materials. So, have you ever 3D printed anything there, mister?
Who?
You.
Oh yeah, I've shown it before. Some of the stuff. Let's see if it's laying around up here. some of my stuff gets knocked over because
Bender.
Very cool. And that's something you can find online for free, no doubt.
absolutely. There's stuff you can purchase files. You can make your own files. If you are a 3D modeler, you can make your own files. I've made some of my own.
Yeah.
And printed them. I printed out parts for some of us that built our own spend a good amount of time printing out parts for the printer to upgrade. Someone comes with a better idea of how the gears should be or what they should do. I changed from straight cut gears to herringbones. I printed those out with the 3D printer using the straight cuts and then converted it to the herringbones. There's a lot of parts and pieces I can't put my hand directly on, but there's a lot of parts and pieces and things that you can replicate your printer or improve your printer. If a part breaks, you might have a little problem if you don't have any spares.
Yeah.
But it's possible to print out
replacement pieces for
Yeah, I would say that some of the printers that I have seen, they're 75% printed.
Yeah, especially a lot of the rep wraps are all pretty well. You can print all the plastic pieces.
Mine about half of it's printed pieces and the other half's hardware. I'm counting motors. I'm not counting the electronics when there are people who print out the electronics for lighting models and things. They print out the whole thing.
What do they print out?
Okay, they print out, as they're printing, they add the wires, and then they print that in LEDs and stuff for things to inside their 3D printed models to light them.
No kidding.
You can do that, or you can CNC a board. You can put it in through like CNC type engrave. Milling is related to 3D printing, so you can take a copper-clad board, input the file for a circuit board, and the CNC machine will cut it out for you, including putting all the holes in.
Yeah, CNC routers that look just like RepRap printers, except they have a router.
You have like a Dremel tool in them. Yeah.
Dremel tool, except they're made for it. You can buy them online, and the same software. Instead of depositing plastic, it cuts out stuff. It's the same G code. One famous person that uses 3D printers is Jamie from the where they blow up stuff and
you're talking about the guys from Mythbusters.
Yeah, Mythbusters. He has 3D printed a lot of replicas of movie set guns and pieces and
well, that's actually pretty big stuff then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's Jay Leno has a 3D printer and scanner setup that he can replicate antique automotive parts, steam parts, and things like that. They 3D print it, and then they send it to someone to have it cast.
A Forge will do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the rapid prototyping part that interests him. It's quick.
Right.
They can take that piece of plastic and put the bolts and screws in and test. whether it's going to fit, whether it's going to need a gasket, whatever. Then send it on to have it
Yeah,
tamped.
actually, I've seen a forge do something. You can probably 3D print in a material that they pack the parts into a sand bed, and the sand bed is like, the sand in it is like really fine. And then they have an entrance tube for the metal and an exit tube for the gases. And as they pour in the hot metal, it melts through what you've created with the 3D print.
Yeah, it's usually styrofoam.
The styrofoam, yeah.
I have. I went to a factory here in Colorado. They specialize in turbocharger turbine blades and housings, and they have a 3D printer that prints in wax. So they can lost wax. They have a kiln that will go up to 3,000 degrees, and it vaporizes the wax. And I took them some of the ABS that I printed. They hooked that to a tree, and they put it. They packed the sand around it and all that, and they hit that particular kind of sand with CO2, and it hardens. And then they put it in that kiln and vaporized my ABS, and it put a carbon coating on the inside of the mold. They poured their hot aluminum in there, and it came out just beautiful. And they didn't have any trouble breaking it loose. But the gases from vaporizing ABS, you probably wouldn't want to breathe that.
No.
No, you don't. So what is it to say that you couldn't make your, well, you can make resin molds with what's that, rubber stuff. You can make them
with the silicone, make a silicone mold.
Rubber, the silicone rubber. And you can even do a 2/2. I've seen, who did I see did a 2/2 one?
Yeah.
It may have been Steve Neal. And
he does a lot of that,
he actually had someone to do the mold. And I wonder if gravity of resin is enough to fill a cavity inside one of those molds, because that resin can be pretty viscous.
That's why you do things like you roll the mold and you roll it around and that in order to get it all moving around inside the casting.
You tumble your molds. He does it by hand. He does it. There's machines that do the tumbling, and you can pull a vacuum on the whole. You can put it in a vacuum thing, and that'll bring the foam. It'll bring the air out. Air is your biggest enemy with resin casting.
I'm just curious if you can put that under some kind of pressure to even mimic the styrene pressure molding that modeling companies do. Of course, you couldn't do that with styrene, melted styrene, because styrene at a certain temperature does melt, but of course it also burns with the presence of oxygen. But I wonder if you can. I wonder if anybody's ever done that. Try to do a resin with under pressure. And are there any resins that aren't so thick?
Yeah, that's the. You can purchase resins that are made for high detail molding. They're expensive. The stuff that you see Steve Neal doing is he uses the most economical he can purchase.
True.
But it's he's on a limited budget with some of this stuff, and he needs to pour a lot more than the rest of us would ever pour in our lives. But a vacuum does very well.
To suck it through the mold? Is that what you're saying?
No, the idea is you put a vacuum at the air that's trapped inside a cast always tries to escape in a vacuum, so it helps get all the air bubbles out of it.
And it fills all the cavities. all the
So
little.
basically, you're saying is put the whole mold inside of a vacuum chamber.
They do
Oh,
it all the time.
okay. Well, you can use a large enough shop vac. You can do it that way.
That's what they use. That's exactly what they use.
Well, that's with also, what is that called, vacuum forming? I've seen a lot of people just use a regular household vacuum cleaner for that. That's enough suction for it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's the low tech way is probably something I'd be interested in, only because I wouldn't know how to run a computer to create the 3D thing to scale,
You see, some people they have their silicone mold, and then that mold's captured in something so it doesn't open up and spill out your resin. They put in the resin, and then they'll go around with an object and tap, 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 and turn it, and try and get it to fill all the things. And then there's hollow molding. That's where you move it all around, then you unplug it and pour the excess out so that you end up with
just a thin wall of the material.
a thin wall. Yeah, that's, you don't have to have a solid hunk of resin.
Right.
But 3D parts, what is it when you can't have an overhang when you're making a mold.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be relief to it.
Right.
I forget what they call it, but
in other words, you can't use a surface that's hooked. A hook that will be an over.
Well, you can if you put it on. If you put it on its side, so the hook. Well, it's the same thing when you're printing. You can't print overhangs without putting something to prop it up.
Support, yeah.
All right.
But when you're molding something from a 3D print, you can print something to make it print in halves, so that you have one half to make this mold and another half to make that mold. You can print it there. You can cut these designs up any way you want.
Yeah.
To your best advantage.
Well, there's another technique that Steve Neal used in molding is the fiberglass. From what I was able to tell when he'd done it, and it's really unfortunate that his the videos when he did the molds for his enterprise, it was probably the most fascinating thing I've ever seen. He had a nice series of videos of how the process of creating a mold, of creating a model, doing a mold for it, and he's done a variety of techniques like the resin, like the fiberglass for the larger pieces and whatnot. But what I found very interesting is, well, can you find fiberglass at a smaller scale that he did? He used a thick sheet of fiberglass cloth, and I thought that was pretty thick for what he was doing. It was necessary to be thick. But I'm just curious, do you know of anything that would make it like fiberglass would be a thinner sheet, perhaps?
Oh yeah, you can get thinner. You can get thinner. You can get real thin stuff. In the RC aircraft hobby, they use a very thin cloth for modeling, and that you can get that.
Especially in the RC jets.
Yeah.
Because weight is everything in the RC jets.
Oh yeah, well, fiberglass is pretty sturdy and light. Yeah. Yeah.
And they're working their way towards cured carbon fiber reinforcements on some of these RC aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Almost ready to fly aircraft that are in various and sundry foam, fiberglass, carbon fiber, combinations of injection. You can buy radio control scale aircraft, and they're very highly detailed. All you need to do is basically assemble it.
Yeah.
Put on the wings, put in the engine, slap in the receiver, and it's almost ready to fly. Mm-hmm. Some of the solenoids are permanently molded in the wings and empennage on some of these things there. but you just slap them together. They already have paint jobs on them, and you're ready to fly. Well, weight is a very big consideration.
Yeah, well, Steve Neal did show a jet of his that was styrofoam.
Yeah,
An
that's
RC jet that was styrofoam.
It's called ARF, almost ready to fly.
Almost ready to fly. Well, yeah, you have to paint it, put the mechanics inside it, and whatnot.
Sometimes you don't have to paint it.
Oh, really?
Sometimes all you have to do is attach the wings and your radios.
Put your electronics in it, and away you go.
Away you go.
Interesting. Well, so you're saying that the low-tech way of maybe making a mold from the silicone rubber and using the Steve Neal method that he did was to use fiberglass, and you're saying that's a pretty common thing in RC then?
Yeah.
Yeah, even the RC cars have carbon fiber or fiberglass lightweight chassis parts.
Well, what would be the process for carbon fiber, though?
Well, if it's the curing type, some of them cure with light. You shine this light on it and it cures it. Some of them
UV cure, yeah.
Yeah, UV cure, and then they have oven cure.
Yeah.
Put the 400 degrees, I think, for an hour or 2 hours, and cures it. You can make. I think there's one that you spray carbon dioxide on. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I've seen some curing done with, this guy had a bottle of carbon dioxide and he was spraying it on his piece of carbon fiber, and it cured. Of course, that's always present in our air. I think he was just in a hurry. But there's glues that you can glue it together and use the ultraviolet. And, there's plastics that cure, paints that cure with ultraviolet.
The ultraviolet, that would take care of the surface. How thick can the carbon fiber material be for it to cure under UV light? I mean, I would think it would be pretty thin.
There's printers that have a big tank of this stuff, and it's a UV laser goes around, and it prints the part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just that's yeah. So y'all give me some good ideas. If anyone is watching and wants to join us and speak, talk about the, I don't know what happens to the IMs. You know what? Google changed everything about everything. You can't IM anybody anymore. They took away the regular Hangouts. You got to go to another page. We just discovered that before coming on the air. This is on the YouTube. Gee, I don't know how you can contact me if you want to join the discussion. But anyhow, that would be more my liking, is doing it that way. Of course, doing the fiberglass, the fumes would be deadly just about.
You're well ventilated. The outdoors is pretty well ventilated.
Yeah, the outdoors is the outdoors.
I had fiberglass body panel repair patch years ago. You pulled it out of a package. You ripped open the package. You applied it to the vehicle, and it cured within. It was a UV cure, and it cured in the sunlight within 5 minutes, and there were no fumes. There was no fumes. None. It's impregnated.
Right.
There's a lot of ways. If you want to let off, you can also use chopped. There's fiberglass particles that's like flocks, like when you flocks the interior on a car. There's fiberglass. There's fine particles there's this stuff called, and Steve Neal uses it too, cat hair.
Cat hair or cat hair or shredded fiberglass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat hair?
It's called
It's
that.
called cat hair.
If you want
okay, it's not actually cat hair.
No.
No.
There'd be an awful lot of bald cats walking around.
No, it's if you want to look it up and find out the most about it, the people who make custom speaker enclosures for boom boxes inside car trunks, they use a ton. But Steve Neal, in one of his things, he uses some cat hair. What model he was working on, a submarine or a mask or something. But it's an alternative. You just spread it on and mash it down and let it cure.
Yeah.
It comes in a can. You open up the can, stuff's in there. You take it out with a spatula and you put it on what you're molding.
I've gotten a couple of ideas here to help me out, because the problem that I'm encountering, and just talking to you guys, I got an idea as to how to make a round object by hand that is as perfectly round as it possibly can, without using a lathe. Because I think the only thing I can think of is doing a lathe. But I want to do a scratch build of something, and it's a Star Trek ship. And the saucers would be very difficult to do by hand, I'd say. But now you guys gave me an idea on how to go about doing this.
Well, you want to know how to make a simple lathe?
No, well, how would you make a simple lathe?
Take your electric drill, mount it to your bench, and mount your work through an armature into the drill. And then you can make a rest out of some wood or whatever for your tool, and then you've basically got a lathe.
Or the drill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also look up spring lathe. That's the way they used to do it.
Spring lathe.
Spring lathe.
Okay.
No, look that up.
Oh, sure, but you'd have to use a pretty soft pine too, I would think.
Well,
anyway, I do have another idea. Is there's always the doing ribs and stuff, doing an understructure.
Yeah, you can do a build up. Yeah.
You can do, and you make one of the, I don't know what you'd call them. You make one and you would cast a mold and make the rest out of resin. I would think that would be the easiest, the fastest, and the most accurate way of making a perfect circle. And you attach it to a pipe fitting, like a PVC or an ABS pipe fitting.
Yes.
That would be your center core. That would make sure that it would be round. And I think I'll pursue that. See what I can make of that. But of course, life is always the way. You know what? I wasn't even at the house today. I was building a platform down in our basement for a washer and dryer that we'll be getting in a couple of weeks, and it was very difficult because I couldn't figure out how to go about doing it until, voila, I came up with a way of doing it. So I'm almost done with it, actually. I only worked on it for maybe about 6 hours. But, yeah. How you doing, Wayne? We ignored you long enough.
No, I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Oh, okay, I suppose.
Yeah, I tried to join yesterday, but where I had to work at short notice, so...
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's better to see you at your workbench than at work.
Yeah, it is. At least I don't get shouted at, anyway.
So, have you gotten done with your sci-fi model yet?
Yeah, it's washed. It's sitting on the shelf ready to go to We are on tomorrow, this side of the pond. Just ready for the competition today.
Okay.
So yeah, about 7:30 tonight. I'll be. Yeah, they'll start judging around 8 o'clock tonight.
Reason I'm excited to see it is because you build tanks for the most part. You build armor for the most part, and aircraft, and I don't know. They're expanding your horizons from what I can tell.
Yeah. It's on the shelf at the minute, but I'm not gonna get it because it's out on my computer shelf. It's like some kind of booby traps at the minute.
Uh-huh.
It's got wires everywhere, so I'll go flying. But I do have this to show.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Now that is a resin kit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So it's got you got no instructions, no painting guide. So you got a freehand with painting on it. So all I used on it was Tamiya spray paint, a black metallic spray paint, and then I just had a freehand with the armor painted.
Mm-hmm.
So I just could go. So that's that. So I've done with that. I just got to put all cabling on, and that's all done.
Cool.
But I've started my tank destroyer, so this
I
is
told
really,
some people about this website, and I did a search on our website. And Wayne, you've got a lot of things up there.
right.
Yeah.
It's not warrants, is it? No, no. This is the Tamiya Jagdpanzer
Oh,
70.
nice.
This is one of the newer kits, and with the newer kits you get actually coloured camouflage schemes.
Different paint schemes, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got the uniform
Mm-hmm.
painting scheme. So yeah, I'm also working on a diorama for it for a show in October.
Uh-huh.
So I've made a start already. I'm just painting these pre-made plaster cast rocks.
We were just talking about contests and shows of the like yesterday on Across the Pond, and it would have been nice if you were able to join us, because I know you have entered a few and gone to quite a few, in fact.
Yeah.
How much does it cost you to enter into the ones that you would have access to?
It's £20 for the full year.
Oh, for a full year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not yeah.
So that's about $33, $34. No, that'd be about $75. Yeah, $70.
Yeah, probably
That's
like
not
that
bad.
now.
Oh, I don't know, what, 20 pounds? 20 pounds. That'd be about 40. No, I'm sorry, it's about $40.
Yeah, probably something
Oh, okay.
like that.
Yeah, they were saying yesterday that entries are just a few dollars. I do believe Randall said it wasn't anything like that. It was a few pounds, to be exact.
No, what the Newark one works out as you arrive. You have to arrive you have to have your medal entered before a certain time.
Uh-huh.
It don't cost you anything. You pay the entrance fee, but it didn't cost you anything to actually go for the competition. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So you go up to the judge and say, what class is this? You put it on the corresponding class table, and it gets judged on your build. And that's how it works for the competition, for this competition going on. For the group competitions, it's everybody puts a model on the table. You get allocated number, and then it's judged out of 25 points. So you can be judged on the build, the detail in work, the paint job, and stuff. So that's how they break it down.
I see.
So it's very rare to get a 25 though. So really, they judge it on. They really judge it, not just judge it on whoever has built it.
Right. Interesting.
I was going to show you some other printed parts.
Ooh, okay.
All right, and it does.
Really cool.
If you need holes, it'll print all around the hole. And then on the other side, it'll print a hexagon. If you're embedding a
nut.
A nut.
Mm-hmm.
For it, so you can embed a nut in this plastic, and then when you go to assemble it, it's all ready to run in your M4 screw or whatever the hell it is that you're working with.
Right.
It's, number 632 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you can tell the program that makes this stuff that you're using metric or imperial, and it will compensate.
Right. Huh.
It's really anything you can machine, you can print. If it's CNC machinable, you can print it. But print a perfect sphere in less than, I'd probably slice it about 8 times. And then assemble it.
Okay.
And you don't have to print the inside of the sphere. You may print it as thin or as thick as you like.
Right.
But I was on. There are templates. There's people that work with this stuff all the time. There's templates out there for cutting out, like you said, the buildup, and then you just cover it. Like an airplane with a balsa.
Right.
There's templates already exist. Some of the paper modelers use these templates. Also, there's texture files that can be turned into templates. They could be turned into paper models. Images, from Google Images. There's tons of that kind of stuff. But I thought I saw someone it was Jay. He used a I don't know, was it a ball for gerbils or rats or something?
Right, for hamsters, gerbils, exercise ball. You put the animal inside and it rolls around the room.
Yeah.
He used one of those for a spaceship model.
That's for Daedalus, yeah.
Yeah, he just happened to have to find, he said that ball was off maybe a 1/16 of an inch or something like from its diameter. So it was close enough to use in the build. He does a very good job in scratch building. Boy, I used to do that in the past, but not anymore. That takes a lot of time and patience. So yeah, well, I'd like to share some screenshots from our community. And Joe is someone that I practically worship as a modeling god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everything he does is scratch built. And let's see if I can. Oh, I can't zoom in on it. But he's got a lot of rigging in here. And he certainly does his research, he says, to know what to put in. And you can find all this stuff on the internet. Create the cockpit and all the other devices that were on the plane itself. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. This is his deal. He does a lot of cutaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it's a very selective bullet. Hit that. Really interesting stuff. Have you ever tried to do anything like that, Mike?
No, because I love the drawings that I used to look at in the car magazines and hot rod magazines. There were some people who were extremely famous for their cutaway drawings of things like the birdcage Maserati, things like it, just gorgeous cutaways of engines that you've never seen before, things like that. Just their imagination, their ability to project and get it. Most of those were pen and ink, and now people are doing it, and he's doing it with an actual 3D model. We had some engines that were cut open at our training site, and that was always interesting how they did that. And of course, they painted different colors inside the engine to draw attention to, and gear trains and things. It's amazing what some people they can draw, but I don't have any facility for that. Just the visible V8 engine is about as far as I'm going to go. You know.
Yeah. And that runs by alcohol, I think.
They had the visible man and the visible woman.
Yeah, but the invisible engine ran by rubbing alcohol, didn't it?
The visible engine?
The invisible engine, yeah.
No, it ran on batteries.
Oh, ran on batteries? Okay, yeah. I thought it actually put out some horsepower there with rubbing alcohol.
That would destroy the plastic on the...
Right. But and, you know, and I got to say, sometimes scale modeling, you got to do some delicate painting. And there's nothing more delicate than doing a Star Trek model. Because I think this is probably the most delicate painting jobs that you can possibly endeavor yourself into. Getting the
Aztecing, yeah.
The pearlescence on there, the Aztecing. Yeah. So it's a long process. If you are patient and take your time with it, it's quite a reward to enjoy.
My imagination, I imagine that most of the people that do that are bald. They pulled their hair out.
Yeah, I would say so.
Except for old Peg Leg, he's still got a head of hair.
Who's Peg Leg?
He lives in Florida.
Oh, you're talking about
I wasn't going to
Simon. Simon.
Oh, poor guy. You know, the story goes is that he was boarding up his house years ago from a hurricane, and he fell and hurt himself, and it never healed, and they had to give him an artificial one.
Yeah, poor guy. I come from a group of people, and I call him Peg Leg to his face.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you catch him drunk enough, he he accepts it.
Yeah. Also, he plays with firearms while drinking.
Yes, I've heard that.
I saw it in person. So
I've heard that. Yeah. And I haven't seen it, but I've seen him pretty. Well, never mind. Let's not talk about him anymore. He's probably watching this and thinking, you know, what the hell are they talking about?
There's something that that is absolutely amazing.
It's a 3D printed, but he did a nice job on smoothing it in and the metallizers on it. Yeah.
I think I have a file that's similar to that. Yeah.
This is Ray's gun. I don't know who Ray is, but this is Chris Pandoff from Down Under who did this. And he said, he printed this?
Yep.
Wow.
Mhm.
Speaking about printing, look at that nice detail.
Oh yeah, it'll do all that.
Yeah, you can't zoom in anymore with this.
It sort of has the Nambu um, grips.
Yeah.
And you don't know who Ray is.
No.
Okay.
Do you?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, keep it a mystery then. Who is this person?
From Star Wars.
No, Ray.
Ray is from Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you said Star Wars, it's like, yeah, that's the new Skywalker character.
Yeah.
Yeah, feminism and Star Wars. Lovely. Come on, work with me. Finished turret interior, attaching machine gun assembly to main gun base. Was a little sketchy. Machine gun cowling moves when the main barrel is moved up and down. Mr. Balmosen, I'm going to share this. This is actually quite interesting. Boom, right there.
Wow. Yeah.
Which
It
is
is
a nice
quite-
job on that cockpit.
Yeah.
I think that's a 1/16 scale, I think. That
No, that's
Wouldn't
the.
It's a
that's-
tank. Yeah.
That's the Ming Bradley with the interior set.
yeah.
I've got the same kit.
That's the interior set for the Bradley.
Yeah, there's one. There's a standard kit where you just get the normal out kit, then you get the one with the full interior. So Ming do two types of the same kit basically.
Wow.
So
Really good
I've
stuff.
Yeah, I've got the set. I've got the. I picked up the Bradley kit. Then I had to search eBay for the interior kit for it.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, there was a Ray in Blade Runner,
Oh, there was.
and he had a gun. It was different.
Well, I was yesterday talking about our good friend Neil Wooding, and he has posted some new pictures of his battleship from his. Oh, what happened? Let's try this again. Did that come up?
I had a picture for a second.
Yeah, I had a predict. Yeah, there. Oh, wait. what?
There we go. There we go. I wish I could zoom in on this. This is part of his. Okay. Why is it doing this? There we go. This is part of his Imagined World, Hostile Realms.
Wow.
And I'm looking forward to getting this kit. He did say it is lightable, I think. But why would a warship be lit up?
So that people in formation with it don't run into it.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's true. I do like the back end of it. I do really like that.
That's
engine.
amazing. Yeah.
And
Gorgeous.
that was designed by Andy Probert from Star Trek fame. But yeah, the quality of his models are really good. And I do believe these were originally designed on a computer and 3D printed and casting molds made of them. These are resin kits that he has. You know what? More and more I look at this ship, more and more I like it. Got to say.
Interesting design.
It is. It really is. So there you have it. So go to his website at wildhouse.com, I believe it is, and check out his model kits. And I was showing this yesterday. I think I'll show it again. I had bought some stuff from him. I've got his stasis pod again. I redo it. I do have this, but I want to redo it, make it a little different. And then, of course, his medical bay. Do a diorama of that. I really like the artwork there. I think this could be a good anime, you know? Could be a good anime. Instead of live action. So that'll be fun when I get to it, if I ever get to it.
I posted an update on my 57 gasser project. I've got more parts painted, and I got this is no longer mocked up, it's glued. There's some more parts to go on it, but I don't want to put them on until the last minute because they're very fine and delicate parts. But this is going on that. There.
Oh, cool.
Instead of this is parts from this model kit and some parts from the station wagon, the gasser kit that they produced for the station with the station wagon, which they produced a sort of a race car with this one. And so mixing all the parts and messing around, there are a lot of small differences. It's very difficult to read the instructions for this and decide what the instructions. Now, this is the one kit, and then I do like that they have these books with, and this is the kit that I'm taking parts from. But there's a difference in a lot of differences in the chassis, and that mixing and matching it's fun. It's not frustrating. I'm learning a lot about these kits. There's the one chassis. It's molded with a gap for the exhaust to come out in this particular instance. There's parts. The one thing that I hated about some of them is to glue in a gap for the exhaust to come out. In this particular instance, there's parts. The one thing that I hated about some of them, David, you're repeating what I said. For the exhaust to come out. In this particular instance, there's parts. The one thing that I hated about.
Dave, you got to pop out and pop back in. You're repeating everything Mike says.
Yeah, your mic's up too close to your speakers or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Anyway, there's parts to glue in there for one chassis, and then another chassis has it. There's no hole there. So there's 3 different kinds of chassis for that same model car.
Wayne is sharing with us how to make tarps, tents, canvases, blankets with parafilm.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, just use that stuff, stretch it out a bit, and then paint it various different colours.
What the hell's parafill?
It's sort of a laboratory tape.
Oh, it's adhesive gauze.
Oh.
Yeah, I ordered some. I've ordered some. I ordered some on Tuesday, and it arrived Thursday or Friday. I can't remember now. They don't send you a small bit, they send you tons of it.
So if you cut your finger off, you can just tape it back on.
Possibly. But that'll never happen now. But here's some cutaways I found.
Ooh. Oh, there you go. Really cool. On Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Facebook didn't ban him.
He's an international scale modeler.
Yeah, but Facebook bans this sort of thing because it promotes violence.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah, you know how the SJWs are, you know, everything that triggers them, I think is the word.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Then I just saw a video today that some modeler got too many complaints on his video about the variety of tanks that was used in World War II, and he built them all, and he laid them out on a table, and he was explaining them. He showed clips of it, and he got enough complaints that YouTube took down the video until he complained. You know, he got it back up again, but that's what happens.
These people want to ignore history. I mean,
well, you know what? They already know history. They don't want to know about it any more than they do. So whatever it is what it is. I don't know.
I don't believe for a minute they know history, because
the
war was fought for the right. One of the rights was to put what the hell you want up wherever you want.
Yep. Well, if they were in existence today, and World War and Hitler was running across Europe, I don't think we'd have gotten into war. There were people that were pacifists during the time. Anyway, that's all politics. I want to. What else you got, Sharon? There, Mister.
So I'm just looking. I'm just looking around. Sorry, I got distracted. Mike was commenting on that. I posted some stuff and it's just getting it kind of lit up. Stop sharing. Now I posted some pictures on my Challenger 2 and on one of the Facebook groups, and it was in like 2 days you got 50 likes.
Nice.
Yeah, so as I say, I showed a picture of the Galactica, and it's just people have said they like how all the metallic colours are used on it, and
yeah.
From first sci-fi build, it's not bad. I may have to get another one and do it in a tank camouflage just to balance it out.
Well, how you doing, Dave? I thought we stopped ignoring you now.
You know what? I've been trying to get on ever since you started to broadcast, but I didn't know YouTube and Google dropped it or something. So I jacked around with all my settings and stuff, and I was trying to IM you. And then,
I happened to find the spot where I would accept IMs. It's not on the Google Plus page. You have to go to their app, their Hangouts app. And Hangouts app would be for casually hanging out and not broadcasting. This currently is going through YouTube. So, yeah, they changed everything not too long ago. Because they felt it necessary, I guess, you know. I don't know. I'm not particularly fond of it, because if somebody IMs you when you're not on the air, you actually have to go hunting for your IM.
Yeah. Hopefully there'll be a better way to figure it out. That's because I know Heath is trying to get on.
Oh, Heath, my boy. Are you still watching, Heath?
I was on the Google part of it, and people were doing IM on that, but you weren't getting it. So
well, yeah, I got it. Just as I hollered for you, I had gotten it just a minute or two before, because I opened that page. I figure I would see what happens, because I heard a bleep. Like where it was. Okay, it was on that page. Let me open it up back up again. So how you been?
I've been good. I've been very busy with life, and I I wanted to, when you guys are talking about fiberglass,
Yes.
I'm chomping at the bit here because, yeah, you can get fiberglass in different ounces. And you just take a pair of scissors and cut up the size you want. You can buy it by the roll or a big roll, or you can buy it by, you know, yards. And so, yeah, you can get all kinds of different weights of fiberglass. And most people, they vacuum it when they're doing airplanes. If they want to get good detail, panel lines and all that stuff, they'll put it on they'll put them in vacuum bags, and they put it under about 30-pound vacuum, and they'll let that set all night until it cures out, and then they take the bag off, and there's also peel ply they take off, and you don't get the air bubbles and stuff, but you do get all the nice details. That's what a lot of serious people that do glassing, that's what they do. I've never done it, but that's what a lot of them do. And,
right. Another question I have for you, David, is what are you smoking that keeps you young?
Your mom didn't tell you, huh?
No, my mom didn't tell me. My mom wants me to get old.
I live in Colorado.
I'm just, well, look what happened. Look at him and what the Colorado air does to people. Look at that. Makes you grow gray beards.
Well, I live in Sutter Creek, California, so it's a slower pace of life, so maybe that has something to do with it.
That probably has a lot to do with it, too. So you've just been busy with stuff and not really delving in into the...
Well, actually, I've been working on a brass kit. It's called a brass craftsman's kit. It's of a O-scale locomotive. It's a GP9 Phase 2, and that's quite an undertaking. If you hang out just a second, I'll show you what I was trying to do. I was going to ask you, I know there's an app you can get where you can like switch off to like another camera or a phone.
Yeah.
And but anyway.
Don't ask me about that.
Doesn't work.
It took me a few late opening up Hangouts, broadcast Hangouts, a little late to catch on how to do broadcast Hangouts. So I just finally got to that point. Don't ask me more of the superfluous stuff, you know. So I'll give you not just 1 second, I'll give you 3 starting right now.
Okay, be right back.
1001, 1002, 1003, you're too late. See?
I got some information for railroad modelers. Caboose Hobbies, the largest. Caboose Hobbies, the largest retail store of model trains, is closing. They're retiring.
Who's that?
Caboose Hobbies. They have the Guinness World Record for the largest model train store.
Wow.
So their stuff will be coming on. I guess they're going to sell a lot of their stuff on their eBay store.
Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
Now, they're having a big sale now. There's people going and saying goodbye to the store for the last time.
Okay. Well,
so
anyway, so here's...
look at that.
So here's the part of it here. I don't know how good you can see this. Here, I'll get as close as I can to the camera, but
oh my goodness!
But it's very detailed. All these springs are articulated in the axles. And all the brake lines. It's very, very extremely detailed. This is the drive shaft that goes from one truck. I built this tank. This is a water tank, air lines. And that started as a flat piece of metal, and you have to bend and solder and everything. And then this is what they call a tower drive. Okay, so the axle goes to the front truck, and then this is the catwalk of the GP.
Okay,
and see it's very detailed. It's got all the check plating on it. That's all soldered on there. It's nasty looking because I got to clean it up yet, but I get it all soldered and I'll make it look pretty.
Nice.
Is that silver solder or plumber solder or what?
Regular electronic solder is what I use.
Oh, okay.
60/40. and I use a little extra flux on it. I have I haven't done it for a while, but I used to do stained glass, so I have like a 400-watt soldering iron, but sometimes that's not hot enough, so I have a little miniature torch. I'll show you real quick.
Yeah. Cool. Hey there, Heath.
So here's a little torch. I do this when I used to do optical repair too.
Hell, that's nothing. I used to light my cigarettes with that.
I used to have one of those. I used to have one of those things.
This is
the heat shrink tubing.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Look at the top of that thing. The fine.
Yeah. Well, this is all that. I have to take and heat this up and bend these down. They shouldn't be sticking out. I had to form all the nose. I had to solder and work all that by hand. And and then this is the dynamic brake portion of it here. But yeah, and the fan blades go up inside it. I don't have the fan blades in it yet, but yeah, it's extremely detailed. There's over 2,000 pieces, and I've probably got about 800 pieces left. You know, little railings. You got to build all the. It's quite the kit, but it'll look beautiful when it's done.
No kidding. No kidding.
That's what I've been.
We have our doubts about Phil. I don't know if you remember Phil, but he went crazy with photo etch, and that's what's reminding me of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty intense. So you have been busy then. You just haven't been fluffing off like I've been.
Well,
you know, I'll tell you what. I'd trade you than what I'm doing right now. So yeah, thank you for sharing. That's awesome work that you're doing there.
Thank you.
It's awesome work. And hi, Heath. You just showed up before we're about to sign off.
Well, I did write a note at the beginning of the program, but obviously I wrote it on YouTube.
It took me a while to figure out where the IMs were, so now I know where they're at. Outlook Center. But anyhow, if you can quickly show us what you're doing, and we'll sign off.
Well, the only thing I've been trying to do is trying to fix my Enzo body up, because the thing is, it's just, I don't know why, every time I seem to paint, it just doesn't work out.
What, the airbrush? The airbrush?
No, I mean, well, it's too wet to use the airbrush today.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have used. See, that's the problem. Today I'm having a really bad day. A really, really bad day. I'm like Garfield. I hate Mondays, and I particularly hate waking up early on Mondays.
Mondays and Mondays. Yes, I get it. I think they wrote a song about that.
Yeah, Monday.
I don't know if it was that one. It's a Carpenter's rainy days and Mondays.
Yeah, I think that's the cut. Yeah, I think you're right. But no, I have had. I've had one person in particular who has been really questioning the way I do things, and I'm not really liking it, because it's like, if I don't do it his way, I'm not a true modeler. And I'll tell you this, and look, I know we're not allowed to drop the F-bomb, I know, but I'm just going to say one thing: fuck them.
Oh, that's it. There goes the rated G rating all the way up to X. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's how we lose our monetization. Whatever.
I always thought this was going to be
monetization.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm going to have, look, the body is an absolute mess. The body on my Enzo is an absolute mess. I mean, just on Saturday night, on Saturday during the whole day, I had been using Metho to try and get all the paint off the thing, and I managed to get about 80% of it off.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, Metho is not as good, because I had to soak the damn body like that side up, like when you're looking on the inside, and I had to put it in that, and like take it out, rub it off, put it back in, rub it off, put it back in, and I'm like going, my hand is killing me.
You know what? If it wasn't for the scale modeling hobby, we'd all be Ralph Macchio doing wax on, wax off. So.
Wax off. But the thing is, though, I've got my eye on a couple of kits. I've got some kits here to build too, so I've got to try and. Well, I know I'm in the middle of building my Le Mans Jaguar. That's coming along nicely. I just got to do a few minor paints. I've got to paint like the muffler and muffler's silver, and the stupid thing is there's no engine with it, so I can't say paint the engine.
Right.
At least with the Enzo, it's not an engine that you put together, but the whole tub, the whole tub where you put the seats and stuff like that. The engine's in the back. It's all molded in one big piece. So that's at least it's an engine. It's not you got nothing at the back. So, but you got something at the back. But what I'm actually thinking of doing with this one is actually, I don't know if you've ever seen one, but I have seen a black Enzo Ferrari. So I'm thinking of doing, instead of the traditional red, I'm thinking of doing it black.
Well, I think that'd be a good idea, actually. I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I love Ferrari red, but you see it everywhere. In fact,
yeah, Ferraris if they're everywhere.
And the Ferraris, the red Ferraris are ending up, they're all over the place.
I know what you mean. There's one in my garage. My neighbor has one. You know, my workmates have one.
Yeah, but you don't have one.
Everybody's got one but me. Anyway, I'd like to screen share one more thing before signing off, because this is extraordinary work. This is Mark Dunmore. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, that's Mark. That's Mark's stuff. Yep, that's Mark's work.
Yep, that screams Mark. Anyway,
before we go, Scale Modeling Review, Stephen Sutton, he says hello to everybody.
Oh, hello, Steve.
So, because I was talking to him on, Facebook, I think last week. And he paid us all a compliment saying we're doing great stuff down here. So he said to say hello to everybody. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Hello.
Well, hello. Thanks for bringing that up and relaying the message. And if you are watching and want to see our past Hangouts, go to my YouTube channel at Scratch and Jack. You can like this video and subscribe as well. So just go on and take a look. I'd like to thank everyone. Yesterday, I kind of signed off really quick. I'm not even sure why.
Oh, I think what happened? Yeah, well, actually, I was watching online. I was watching on YouTube. And it just said the live stream had dropped. It came up on big whiting on my TV screen. Live stream has ended after an hour. It just cut off.
Well,
when you were just
yeah, because I had to go run and talk to the water company. But anyway, that's my life. So thanks for watching, and I'd like to thank David. Thanks for sharing that intricate work. And here I thought you were just sitting on your hands. And then, thanks, Heath, for stopping by too. And Jim, good luck with that motorcycle.
Well, thank you.
And Mike, I haven't seen you in a bit of time. It's been a while. Thank you for joining us as well. And Wayne, you had joined us too. Thank you for sharing. You shared a lot of interesting things today. And this is your host, Scratch and Jack. And meet us in 2 weeks for Saturday Across the Pond Hangout in 2 weeks, and then a day after on Sunday, the Sunday Hangout. Thanks for watching, everyone.
And we need Mr. Barron back. We need Jay back.
Yeah, we do. We do need Jay back. Thanks for watching. Happy modeling, everyone. Bye.
Bye.